Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For my July edit, I wanted to focus on some of the things that I've been loving this summer. I have some bags, accessories, skincare, makeup products. Starting off with beauty, because it's the summertime, I had to mention sunscreen, and I have two products to share with you. I personally only use mineral sunscreen instead of chemical sunscreen. I'm not an expert, I just personally prefer mineral. And out of all the ones I've tried, these two are my favorite. So the first one is from Nateur, and the other one is from BIOLOGIQUE RECHERCHE. So one thing about mineral sunscreens is that it tends to give you that white cast. So when you put it on your face, it might make you look like a ghost because of that white pasty look. Personally, I find that kind of annoying, especially when I'm doing my makeup, because now I have to shade match my face to my neck, and that gets very tricky because I'm already starting off with like a lighter base. But I felt like I didn't have any choice because chemical sunscreens tend to break me out. It's very subtle, but I noticed it would always irritate my skin to a certain extent, even the hybrid ones. So like half chemical and half mineral, they still don't work on me. So I thought I had to like live with this white cast look until this launch. So Holy Soleil is one of the newer launches from one of my favorite brands ever when it comes to beauty, Nateur. And this has been in the making for, I believe, like 7 or 8 years. So they really tried to perfect the formula, develop a mineral sunscreen that doesn't have any white cast. So I was so excited to try this product because this is one of the very few brands that I do trust, and I use their products every single day. This is marketed as a zero white cast mineral sunscreen, but I will say it still has the tiniest amount of white cast if you only use your hands to, or like your fingers to blend out. But when you use a beauty blender with it or any like makeup sponge, there is absolutely nothing. So I have been loving this. I'm actually down to here and I already have a backup. Let me bring that out to show you like what the packaging looks like. So when you first get it, it looks like this. It's a beautiful packaging. I love the outline of it. And then inside is another one. I think using a tool like a beauty blender kind of helps with the application to go a lot smoother and more evenly. I think that's why when I use a sponge with it, there's no white cast. This is SPF 50, which is perfect for like the summertime because the sun is really strong and we tend to be more like out and about, go to the beach, the pool, and this also blocks out any blue light. So even if you're staying indoors, if you are staring at computer screens all day, you could still benefit from this because it does block out blue light. You do have to reapply this every 2 hours though, but I think that's usually the case with any sunscreen. And the other one is from BR. This is called Protection UV and I got SPF 50. I believe they also have SPF 25 and they also have this thing called SPF primer or something like that, but I have no idea what that's for. And I don't think you can still get this in the States yet. So this is something that you would have to get like overseas, like Europe or Asia. I got this in Singapore, but honestly, if you're in the US, just use this one. I'm gonna compare the two. So this one, I love that it has a pump, but this feels a lot thicker and creamier and like more lotiony, whereas this, the Nateur one, feels a lot more liquidy, more like a water base. You can see the color. The Nateur one here, very runny as you can see. BR SPF is more yellow and like kind of greenish, and then you can see it's like literally water. It's like a milk coming down my hand. So this goes on a lot thicker, and then I'm gonna try to blend it out. Where is my hand? As I've mentioned, the BR one is thicker, so I feel like it's a little bit more difficult for me to avoid any type of white cast with this product. Even when I use this with a beauty blender, like a wet sponge, it still gives me like a little bit of that white cast. So unless you're into that kind of like brightened up base look, you might not really like this, but this really doesn't irritate my skin. I mean, BR after Nateur is another brand that I like completely trust. I love so many of their products. I love their facials. So this is just a brand that I trust. And when it comes to sun protection, especially, I think it's very crucial to look at the ingredients and go with a brand that you actually trust. One thing I will say though, when you use this underneath your makeup, I've noticed that this one kind of builds a bit more coverage, if that makes sense. Because it's like a thicker product, I feel like you start off with a more evened out base. Because I noticed that my face would look a little bit more fuller coverage when I have this underneath my foundation compared to this one. So that's why I decided to mention both of them, because I do love both of them. And then for makeup, I had to mention brown mascaras, you guys. I mean, I have been mentioning that quite a lot on a lot of my vlogs, and it is because I truly love brown mascaras. I've been loving them for a very long time, but I have come to the realization that they are my thing. Like, I really do like them. And I think it's because they just kind of tie in the whole look for me personally, especially with my hair being like brown and more warm tone. There's something about having your lashes also match your hair color, just creates that cohesive look. And I always wear some kind of like brown eyeshadow, like a semi smoky eye makeup every single time I do my makeup. So brown mascaras can tone it down a little bit instead of making it look so intense. So my all-time favorite one that I use on a daily basis is from Kiss Me, that Japanese brand. This one is called Volume Up Mascara, super waterproof. I just love this one. I think this is like an overall favorite, like the best one for me. I love the shape of this like banana brush. The color of the product is also like the same exact one as my hair. That's why like from the side, when you see your lashes, you can't really see them like on my face because they're the same color as my hair. And I just love that because from the front, you can still see my lashes. It's just not as intense. This does a really good job at giving you length, a bit of volume, but it's not too much to the point where it weighs your lashes down or make them look too clumpy. So this is just like the perfect formula, the perfect shade. I love this one. But if you feel like this is still too warm and you don't necessarily want your lashes to look a little bit orange or red in the sunlight, this is the one for you. This is my newest addition. It's from HERMES in the shade number 2. So they have like a whole range of colored mascaras. They have a black one, of course, but then they also have these like beautiful shades like this dark brown, I think purple, burgundy. I love them all, but when am I gonna use them? So I only bought the brown one, which is again number 2. I mean, HERMES with their packaging for especially their beauty is always top notch. This I think is the heaviest mascara I've ever used in my life. I think a lot of that weight comes from the packaging, but it's great. I really do like it. And the brush is also very thin, so similar to the Kiss Me one. Both of them just do such a good job at separating and coating each and every single lash. So I love them both. But side-by-side comparison, you can tell the HERMES one is a lot longer and the HERMES one is just flat. But because it's so skinny and like thin, it is still very easy to use it to coat all your lashes, even the ones in your inner corners. The formula is also great. It's not too wet. I really don't like a wet mascara, but this isn't like that at all. So I do love it. The main difference is the shade of brown of these mascaras. So the HERMES one is very close to black. It's a true dark brown, like a dark chocolate brown with no warmth to it. So if your hair doesn't have any like warmth to it, or if you just don't want your lashes to look red, this would be the perfect one to go, especially if you don't want that intensity from like a traditional black mascara. Especially in the summertime, like you don't want to look like you have really heavy makeup on, you know? So in that case, brown mascaras are the way to go. Moving on to bags. I have 2 bags to share with you, and I think the first one you might be able to guess. It is the Celine Triomphe bag in Raffia. I mean, again, this bag is truly a very summery bag. I love how it has the gold chain. It's a pretty substantial chain. I love the thickness of it. It's not adjustable, however, like the length, but it's the perfect shoulder bag length. And before I got this bag, I have only seen this bag online, like in pictures. So I had no idea like what this bag would actually feel like. I honestly thought there would be some cushion, like it would be like a much softer bag, but in reality, it's a very hard case kind of bag. You can see the bone structure of it. There's not much give. I mean, this part is a bit flexible like here, but because of the opening, because of this really hard structure, it's not a bag that you can like overstuff and like stretch out. And compared to the traditional Triomphe bag in like actual leather, this I find to fit a lot less stuff. The camera that I'm using to film my videos, I use Canon G7X, and this camera fits comfortably in a traditional like leather Triomphe bag. So I thought this camera would fit in this bag too. No, you guys, like I said, because of this opening, it doesn't go in. So that was kind of like a big disappointment in a way, because I wanted to carry this around and still be able to like vlog and stuff. I'm gonna have to figure something out. Like, do I just carry the camera in my hand like a phone? I'm not sure. Overall, it's a beautiful bag. It's very simple. It just lets the material like speak for itself, and it has a good amount of hardware, which I love. I'm a yellow gold girl, so it just really like goes well with everything. So this is my first summer essential bag. And the other bag that I've been carrying quite a lot is my Goyard St. Louis tote bag in the small size and in this white canvas. Every time I carry this bag, I see at least 3 other people carrying Goyard tote bags. So it's so funny, but I never actually see a white one. Last week when I was out with this bag, I saw a green one, a blue one, and then a black one with the brown trim. So I saw all 3 of them in like 2 hours, but I did not see a white one. But I actually love Goyard's white. When it comes to their colors, I mean, not that we have like a whole lot to like choose from, I would say my favorites, my all-time favorites have always been the gray and white, which is why one of the very first like items that I got from Goyard were in those colors. And I feel like the white one is the least shouty, the least obvious like Goyard piece from Goyard, if that makes sense, because it's very subtle in a way. And the PM size on my frame is just perfect for every day. I can just dump everything in here, and it's a pretty durable canvas tote. So I love this. I love taking this to the beach, to the pool. It's pretty hard wearing. I mean, I've only had this for a year, so I can't really like speak too much on a wear and tear. But because this one isn't lined, I don't think this is the most like hard wearing piece. I still feel like canvas leather from LV is a bit more durable, but that's a topic for another day. But yeah, even last year, this was like my go-to beach bag, pool bag, and it still is because of this white color. I tend to wear a lot of like white, like in the summertime. It just goes well with everything. The white color just screams like summer. It's bright, like it's very easygoing, so I love this. I wanted to mention this pair of sunglasses that I have been eyeing on. I was hoping to get this in the boutique, but I just wanted to try them on first because I don't want to buy any sunglasses that don't fit my face, you know? I am trying not to buy any sunglasses that I'm not going to wear because I have way too many of those. You guys, have you seen these pink sunglasses from Chanel? These are very new, and my boutique didn't have them in stock, like in the store. So I was able to try them on or get them. And I kind of took that as a sign to not get them, but I still want them so much. I just need to know like what they're gonna look like on me. These are so cute, you guys. I love how it has like a pretty thick like band on the side or like leg, and the CC logo on the side is kind of see-through. So I feel like it's a little bit more subtle, but honestly, what is up with these prices? And you know what's crazier? Within the same design, like for other colors, like the black one for instance, oh, is it because of the polarized lens? Some of the other colors are $640 for this plastic. Like, I am shocked. But I still think these are such a fun, like, summery piece. I love Chanel pieces in like really fun colors. So this is really like on my wish list right now. But I feel like they're kind of tacky, you know? So I'm gonna see if I eventually like end up getting these. And I also like the lens, how it's kind of like a clear tone, how it's not too opaque, like you can see your eyes. I just love that. And I love the shade of pink. It's not like a baby like pastel pink that I usually don't go for. It's like a beautiful medium fun Barbie pink, you know? And then lastly, I wanted to mention coffee. So this one, I normally go for medium or dark roast with like nutty notes. Nothing like citrus or like berries or anything like that. I just really want my coffee to be like deep, chocolatey, no sour taste whatsoever. But in the summertime, I want something a little bit more refreshing. So I wanted to mention this to you guys because I have been obsessed with this. This is 1910 from BACHA Coffee. I mean, first of all, I got this in Singapore mainly because of the packaging. You guys know how much I love a good packaging. And I was at first drawn to this container and then this color. So when I was smelling this in the store, I was really hoping it would smell and taste really good as well. And just by the name of it, 1910, it's kind of hard to tell like what this coffee is gonna taste like. But the main notes on this are strawberries and cream. You guys, this literally smells exactly like that. Strawberries and cream. It's incredible. It literally smells like a piece of strawberry cake. I don't know how they did it, but it's so good. It's so delicious. And because of the strong like strawberry smell and taste, I thought it would have a bit of that sour like taste to it. but no, it's very, very good. I mean, I personally love strawberries, so if you do, you're gonna love this. So that was everything I wanted to share with you guys today as my July essentials. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!